All You Can Lead is a channel about leadership and self-development topics. What type of leader are you? This is a question many of us need to figure out at one point in our career. It can be when you are appointed as a team leader for a project, or when you are promoted to a manager with direct reports, or when you start your own company as a founder. I first started thinking about this question when I was an MBA student at Stanford. And the question becomes more burning when I became a product manager because I need to lead a cross-functional team of over 100 people. I noticed that there are many leadership frameworks out there in the market. Author Jim Collins wrote about the 5 levels of leadership for Harvard Business Review. Psychologist Kurt Lewin and other researchers also came up with distinct patterns of leadership types. The most famous 5 are authoritarian leadership, participative leadership, delegated leadership, transactional leadership, transformational leadership. What I have found is that these leadership frameworks tend to put people into boxes. I deeply believe every individual is unique, and we should take a more human-centered approach and customize the leadership profile for every single person. I came across a leadership circle profile about 2 years ago, which is exactly what I was looking for. It not only tells you what type of leader you are, but also tells you how you can become a better version of yourself. I've become a certified coach for leadership circle profile since then. In this video, I'm going to walk you through at a very high level how to use this framework to figure out what type of leader you are. At the end, Dino is going to give you a very quick download of how my leadership profile looked like. If you're interested, watch till the end. First things first, what is leadership circle profile? It is a leadership assessment that maps your strengths and weaknesses on a total of 8 dimensions and 29 subdimensions. You can complete a free self-assessment using the link I put in the description. You also have an option to complete a free 60-degree assessment with the help of your coworkers and a certified leadership circle profile coach. Here is a blank leadership circle profile. The top half represents creative competencies, and the lower half represents reactive tendencies. Creative competencies are usually strengths that contributes to a leader's effectiveness, while reactive tendencies reflect inner beliefs and assumptions that undermine a leader's effectiveness. The left half of the circle represents relationship, and the right represents task. At the center of the circle is the core of a leadership framework, identity. To understand the leadership circle profile, let's start with identity and reactive tendencies because the two are highly correlated. There are 3 common types of identities, and I'm going to talk about some common type of behaviors for each identity. And you just need to pay attention and jot down which one resonates better with you. It's perfectly normal if you fit into multiple ones and you just need to write everything down. The first type of people are conflict avoiding. They feel the need to be liked in the workplace. They tend to submit to those in power and complying with their expectations. The second type of people can be rational, critical, or distant. They feel the need to be right. They sometimes project an air of superiority and put others down as a strategy to build themselves up. The third type of people tie their success to task accomplishment and personal achievement. They are driven and often believe that it is critical to deliver perfect work. They need to get ahead, move up in the organization, and be better than others. In short, the 3 types of identities I described above are: I am my relationship, I am my idea, I am my result. If you're the first type, you believe that I am my relationship. In order to feel safe, you need to be liked. As a result, you often demonstrate complying behaviors such as pleasing others, not setting personal boundaries, conforming, and following the rules. If you are the second type, you believe that I am my idea. In order to survive, you need to be right. As a result, you often demonstrate protecting behaviors, such as projecting your ego, taking a critical and questioning attitude, or keeping a distance from others. If you're the third type, you believe that I am my result. For self-protection, you need to constantly reach bigger and bigger goals. To fulfill your own need, you often demonstrate controlling behaviors such as perfectionism, over-focusing on outcome instead of the process, and the need to win. I call all these behaviors reactive tendencies. Complying is skewed towards relationship, while controlling is skewed towards task. Reactive tendencies are fundamentally driven by lack of self-confidence in your identity. To become a better leader, we wanted to reshape these reactive tendencies into creative competencies. Complying is mapped to relating. Protecting is mapped to authentic and self-aware. Controlling is mapped to achieving and system-aware. At the surface, the creative competencies and the reactive tendency might look quite similar. For example, both a complying leader and a relating leader will treat relationship as their strength and look like a great team player. However, the fundamental drive of the two are very different. Complying leaders are driven by the need of being liked. Relating leaders are using their strengths of connecting with others in a way that can bring out the best in people, groups, and the organization. Similarly, both protecting leaders and authentic and self-aware leaders will voice their own opinions and take tough stands. The protecting leader is driven by the need of being right. An authentic and self-aware leader is using their strengths of connecting to others with very authentic, courageous, and high integrity manner. Both controlling and achieving and system-aware leaders are very strong on creating business impact. The controlling leader is driven by the need of proving themselves with results, whereas the creative leader are using their visionary and system thinking to really create bigger impact for the organization. Let me give you an example. I used to have a coworker who is very assertive and always disagree with me on every single proposal I make. So whenever he disagreed with me on something, my only motivation is to avoid a conflict and please and comply, because I have a strong need of getting out of the conflict and feeling safe. After building some awareness around my identity of I'm my relationship, I was able to catch myself in a moment of complying. I tried to fight back. However, my reactive tendency was so strong. Whenever I tried, I failed. It almost feels like a black hole that sucks in everything. And one interesting way that I found out that was very effective for me was to use my creative competency. As I mentioned in a previous video, one of my strengths is to mentor others and help them grow. So when my colleague and I had a disagreement again, I managed to replace my need of avoiding conflict with a motivation to help him grow. So we were able to have a very good conversation about the pros and cons of both of our ideas and jointly come up with a better version that really make a huge impact for the team. If we take a step back, at the beginning of our career, especially when we were an individual contributor, we're really using a lot of our reactive tendencies. Our goal at the time is to prove ourselves with good relationships, innovative ideas, and high-quality deliverables. As we move up in our career, a fundamental mindset shift that needs to take place is simply to shift from I to we. People follow you because you're a caring leader that can bring out the best in them. People follow you because you walk the talk and you can take tough stands. People follow you because you have the ability to inspire others with a compelling vision and making quick decisions without perfect information. A boss has the title. The leader has people. Identify those reactive tendencies that are holding you back from becoming a better leader and replace them with creative competencies. I'm sure you can do it.
Hi everyone, I'm Dino, a software engineer who likes gardening and playing video games. This is the Leadership Circle profile Elena took about 2 years ago. The green shades are the peer assessments and the gray lines are her self-assessments. On the creative reactive scale, she's between 50 to 80 percentile among all participants in the global database of Leadership Circle profile. This means that she has been using lots of creative competencies, while the reactive tendency may slow her down every now and then. On the relationship task scale, her peers said that she's very balanced at close to 90 percentile, but she saw that she orients heavily towards relationships and tasks. Overall, her peers thought that she is a very effective leader, while she gave a pretty low score to herself. Her high score on critical dimension further validated this point. This assessment basically showed where she was in a leadership development journey and gave her some good insights like continuing to balancing out relationships and tasks, trying to be less critical, pleasing, and result-oriented. Thank you all for watching this video. I'll see you very soon.